So I know we've talked a lot about selfies, a lot about taking pictures of yourself, a lot about pausing and thinking about what you have on when you get dressed. I mean, you do understand that this is all leading to paying attention to yourself. Sometimes we forget self-esteem has to do with you paying attention to you. So another way that you can develop healthy self-esteem is understanding the attributes about yourself. Now, you've talked to friends, you've talked to family members, you've asked, what do people think about you? You've written it down, and now I want you to dig a little deeper. This part is taking self-assessments. When you have a home assessed, if you've ever been through the home buying process, what happens is you put an offer in on a house, and then you have to have the house assessed to make sure that the value of what it's being sold for is actually what it's valued at. And to assess a house, you have to go through every room. You have to see the size of the house. You have to understand the location of the house, how much acreage the house is on, and how many properties are in the area that are valued around the same. And then you have an assessment of the house. What I want you to do is I want you to begin the process of doing some self-assessments. And these are easily found online, and most of them are F-R-E-E, free. So I don't know if you've heard of enneagrams, but an enneagram is a questionnaire that you take online. It asks you a series of questions, many different ways, and at the end, it will give you a number and a description of who you are. Now, a lot of these assessments they're not 100%, but they give you an idea of the characteristics that make up your personality type. There's also Myers-Briggs personality profile. These are profiles. They show you your strengths, and I like to use the word challenges. They show you your strengths and your challenges. But here's the thing to remember, any strength overused becomes a challenge. So now you take the Myers-Briggs, an Enneagram, you can take a spirituality assessment, you can take a love language assessment. All of these are free online. When you take them, it will give you a list of all of the attributes that define who you are. This begins to help you assess who you are. It shows you, just like in the home buying process, it shows you your value. You're valuable, you know that, right? And so the way that you really hone in on your value is when you know yourself. So for me, I know myself. I know that there's a level of personal freedom that I need. What does that mean? For me, it means that there are certain times where I like to get into my car. I like to invite silence in. I like to go for a long drive and just have some pause and reflection time. I also love going to the library and having some quiet time to refill my tank. I learned this by doing a self-assessment. They're so powerful because when you can know your own truth, you can value yourself. Again, you're the house that's being assessed. You want to know your value. You don't want to downplay who you are. You want to go into the world and you want to show up fully as yourself. You want to show up fully understanding yourself, fully knowing yourself, fully valuing yourself, fully loving yourself. That's what self-esteem, self-assurance, self-confidence, and when you do this, you become empowered to know that when you walk in a room, this is who I am. And you're inviting people in to your sphere and you're saying, hi, my name is Mona Michelle Thompson. I'm so glad to meet you. And when a person says, wow, you have confidence, I know myself. Thank you very much. So I just want you to have that same feeling that I have on the inside. So like, for example, when my husband and I go away, he thinks it's hilarious that I come with a big suitcase and I have a lot of stuff in it. But because I value myself and I know who I am, he thinks it's a riot, but I don't laugh, because when he needs something when we're on vacation, guess who's going to have it? Me. So when he says, hey, love, do you have a Band-Aid? I'm like, yes, and my toolkit that you laugh about, here it is. I know myself, so I know I'm going to have it. And I want you to have the same knowledge about yourself. That's why these videos to me are so important, because I want to offer every woman, every young girl, the toolkit that I have that helps me stand tall and confident in who I am. I want that for everyone. So listen, I want you to understand yourself, to know yourself, and to be esteemed about who you are. Thank you. It's been a pleasure doing business with you and meeting that person that lives boldly within.